Leave that to me. I know my business, thank heaven. This isn't the first time I've been employed in finding out thieves. I wish I had as many bags of 1,000 francs as I've had people hanged.
Every magistrate must take this affair in hand, and if my money isn't found, I shall call justice against justice itself!
We must take all needful steps. You say there was in this casket?
10,000 crowns in cash.
10,000 crowns.
10,000 crowns!
A considerable theft.
There's no punishment great enough for the enormity of the crime, and if it goes unpunished, then the most sacred things are no longer secure!
And what coins was that sum?
8 good louis d'or, and pistoles of full weight.
Whom do you suspect of this robbery?
Everybody! I wish you to take into custody the whole town and suburbs!
You must not, if you trust me, frighten anybody, but must use gentle means to collect evidence, in order afterwards to proceed with more rigor for the recovery of the sum which has been taken from you.
I'm coming back! Have his rope slitted once, have his feet singed, put him in boiling water, and hang him up from the ceiling.
What? Of him who stole my money?
I'm speaking of a sucking pig your steward just said.
God.
I want to have it dressed for you after my offense.
That is no longer the question, and you have to speak of something else than this, gentleman.
Don't get frightened. I'm not a man to cause any scandal, and matters will be carried on by gentle means.
Is this gentleman coming to supper with you?
You must in this case, my good man, hide nothing from your master.
Indeed, sir. I'll tell you all I know, and will treat you in the best manner I possibly can.
That's not the question.
If I do not give as good fare as I should like, it's the fault of your steward, who has clipped my wings with the scissors of his economy.
Oh, actually, we have more to talk about than your supper. And you will tell me what has become of my treasure, which has been stolen from me.
So money's been stolen from you?
Yes! And I will give it back again if you do not...
Frank, don't be too hard on him. I see by his looks he's an honest fellow, and he'll tell you all he wants to know without going to prison. Yes, my friend, if you confess, no harm shall come to you, and you shall be well rewarded by your master. Some money has been stolen from him, and it's not possible that you know nothing about it.
The very thing I wanted in order to be revenged of our steward. Ever since he came here, he has been the favorite, and his advice is the only one listened to. Moreover, I've forgotten neither the cudgeling of today...
What are you muttering over there?
Leave him alone. He's preparing himself to satisfy you. I told you, he's an honest fellow.
Well, sir, since you wish me to tell you all that I know, it is your steward who has done this.
The letter, yes! Of him who's been so faithful to me?
Himself, I believe he has robbed you.
And what makes you believe it?
What makes me believe it?
Yes.
I believe it because I believe it.
But you must tell us the proofs you have.
Have you seen him loitering about the place I put my money?
Indeed. Where do you put your money?
In the garden.
Ah, exactly. I saw him loitering about in the garden.
Oh.
And in what was your money?
In a casket.
The very thing I saw him with the casket.
Oh, and this casket. What was it like? I shall soon know if it was mine.
What was it like?
Yes.
It was like a casket.
Of course, but describe it a little, to see if it's the same.
It was a large casket.
The one taken from me was the small one.
Ah, yes, small if you look at it that way, but I call it large because of what it contained.
And what color was it?
What color?
Yes.
Yes.
Of a color. Of a certain color. Can you help me find the word? Oh, red!
Oh, gray!
Ah, yes, reddish green, that's what it meant!
There's no doubt about it! That's my casket for certain! Write down this evidence at once. Who could we trust after that? We must never trust anyone. And I might believe I might rob my own self.
There he is, sir, coming back. I beg you do not tell him that it was I who let it all out, sir.
Come here and confess the most abominable action, the most horrible crime that was ever committed.
What do you want, sir?
What? You do not blush for shame after such a crime?
Of what crime do you speak?
Of what crime do I speak? Base villain, as if you do not know what I mean. It is in vain for you to try to hide it. The thing is discovered. And I have just heard all the particulars. How can you thus abuse my kindness, introduce yourself into my house in order to betray me, and play upon me such an abominable trick?
Sir, since everything is known to you, I will neither deny what I have done, nor will I try to palliate it.
Have I guessed right?
I intended to speak to you about it and was watching for a favorable opportunity. But as this is no longer possible, I beg of you not to be angry and to hear my motive.
What bonus can you possibly give me, you infamous thief?
Ah, sir, I do not deserve these names. I am guilty toward you, it is true, but after all, my fault is pardonable.
Pardonable? How pardonable? A premeditated trick such an assassination as this?
I beseech you not to be so angry. When you see... what's going on. The harm is not so great as you make it out to be.
The harm, not so great as I make it out to be. What? My heart's blood? Scoundrel!
Your blood, sir, has not fallen into bad hands. My rank is high enough not to disgrace it, and there is nothing in all this for which reparation cannot be made.
It is my intention that you return what you have stolen from me.
Your honor, sir, shall be fully satisfied.
Honor has nothing to do with this. Besides, tell me, what made you commit such a deed?
Alas, do you ask it?
Yes, I should like to think that I do.
A god, sir, who carries with him his excuse for all he makes people do. Love.
Love?
Yes.
Fine love, that. Fine love indeed. The love of my gold.
No, sir. It is not your wealth which has tempted me. It is not that which has dazzled me, and I swear never to pretend to any of your possessions, provided you leave me what I have.
In the name of all the devils, no! I shall not leave it to you. Did anyone meet with such villainy? He was to keep what he has robbed me of.
Would you call that a robbery?
Do I call it a robbery? A treasure like that?
I readily acknowledge that it is a treasure, and the most precious one you have, but you will not be losing it to leave it to me. I ask you on my knees, sir, to leave in my possession this treasure so full of charms, and if you do right, you will grant it to me.
No, I shall not leave it to you. What nonsense are you talking about?
We have pledged our faith to each other and have taken an oath never to forsake one another.
The oath is admirable, and the promise strange enough.
Yes, we are engaged to each other forever.
I know how to disengage you, I can assure you of that.
Nothing but death can separate us.
You must be devilishly bewitched by my money.
I have told you already, sir, that it is not self-interest that has prompted me to do what I have done. A nobler motive inspired me.
Can we then say that it is out of Christian charity that he covets my money? But I will put a stop to this, and just this impudent rascal will give me the satisfaction.
You will do as you please, and I am ready to suffer all the violence you care to inflict upon me. But I beg of you to believe at least that if there is any harm done in all this, I am the only one guilty, and your daughter has done nothing wrong in all this.
I should like to think not. It would be strange indeed if my daughter had anything to do with this affair. But you will confess to the place where you have taken my treasure.
I have not carried it off, and it is still in your house.
Oh, my beloved casket! My treasure has not left my house?
No, sir.
Well then, have you taken any liberties with it?
Ah, sir, you wrong us. No, the flame with which I burn is too pure, too full of which I backed.
He burns for my casket.
I had rather die than show the least offensive thought. I found too much purity and modesty for that.
My cash box? Modest.
All my desires were limited to the pleasure of sight, and nothing criminal has profaned the passion those fair eyes inspire me.
The fair eyes of my dear casket. He speaks as if a lover does to his mistress.
Dame Claude knows the whole truth, and she can bear witness to it.
Hello! My servant is an accomplice in this affair?
Yes, sir, she was present in our engagement, and it was only yesterday, after being sure of the innocence of my love, that she could help me to persuade your daughter to engage herself to me.
Has the fear of being caught clouded his senses? What rubbish are you talking about with my daughter?
I say, sir, that I found it most difficult to make her modesty consent to what my love asked of her.
The modesty of whom?
Of your daughter. And it was only yesterday that she could make up her mind to sign our mutual promise of marriage.
My daughter has signed a promise of marriage?
Yes, sir, and I've also signed.
Ah! Oh, heavens, another misfortune!
Right, sir, right.
Oh, I'm being the misery, excess of despair! Sir, discharge your duty at once, and draw upon me an indictment against him as a thief and a summoner!
As a thief and a summoner.
These are names which I do not deserve, and when you know